Hi, everybody, and welcome to Line by Line number 12. And today we have a special guest, Grim.
Yay!
And Ironroot.
Ooh! Oh.
Okay. We have a beautiful song today. I will provide the link below by Lee Marvin, Wandering Star. And guys, whoever decided to read.
Yeah, I'll carry the cross, Grim. I was born under a wandering star. Wheels are made for rolling. Mules are made to pack. I've never seen a sight that didn't look better looking back. I was born under a wandering star. Mud can make you prisoner, and the plains can bake you dry. Snow can burn your eyes, but only people make you cry. Home is made for coming from, for dreams of going to, which with any luck will never come true. I was born under a wandering star. Do I know where hell is? Hell is in hello. Heaven is goodbye forever. It's time for me to go. I was born under a wandering star. A wandering star. Mud can make you prisoner, and the plains can bake you dry. Snow can burn your eyes, but only people make you cry. Home is made for coming from, for dreams of going to, which with any luck will never come true. When I get to heaven, tie me to a tree, or I'll begin to roam, and soon you'll know where I will be. I was born under a wandering star, a wandering star.
Those were all the words. Thank you very much.
Wow,
yes, I got them all.
It was,
Pokemon. Oh,
it was a very good reading, Ironroot. It's amazing. Yeah.
I feel as though I should set this up a little bit because it's
Yes.
from a movie called Paint Your Wagon with Clint Eastwood, in which there's guys at a mining camp where there are no women whatsoever. And then some Mormon guy brings in his two wives, and one of his wives leaves him. And Lee Marvin marries that wife, and he decides to share him with his partner, Clint Eastwood. But then she falls for Clint Eastwood. And this guy, Lee Marvin, decides, all right, I'm out of here. You guys be a happy couple. And that's when this song comes in. So just in case anyone needed to know.
well, yeah, that was affirming the sad vibe that I got from it. So that's double sad.
Wow.
All right, guys, let's go at it line by line.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm just like bewildered.
I was born under a wandering star. Is the first line. What does that make you think, Ironroot?
Well, so a star, like Peterson loves to talk about this, right? Like a star is the ideal that you're orienting under. It's the thing that guides you. But this star is special because this star is wandering, and when a star wanders, it's not in the same place. So you're not aiming at the same thing. So I feel that it's describing his soul, like not being able to rest. He's always seeking, and he's doomed or fated to be a wanderer himself.
Okay, I think wandering star used to be called planets that moved, and people called them stars. So it was visual planets like Mars, maybe Saturn as well. Like they were calling those planets wandering stars. I don't know the meaning of it though, like what it meant for a person being born under wandering star. Does it mean the person will never settle? I think I don't know for us a fact, but I would assume that people would think. Okay, not Native American, so I don't know what it means. Grim?
For me, it's there's as we come into this life, there's a lot of things we don't know about our own personality and character. And like the astrology people think they can figure it out by looking at the stars. But it's like when you learn something about yourself that matches with the astrology, you can say, okay, so that's why. It's because I was born that way, because of the way the stars were when I was here. And so I think he's tying the thing he's discovered about himself to something beyond himself.
And this goes to one of the favorite things of mine is responsibility, right? So in some sense, he's giving the responsibility for the way he is or what he's going through to the universe.
Wheels were made for rolling, mules were made to pack. I've never seen a sight that didn't look better looking back. That's the next slide.
I know, so sad. Well sung though.
Sad.
Yes. I never seen a side that didn't look better looking back. Like each time he would left, the side looked better when it was behind. It implies wandering already in there. So he's always in a movement. Wheels are in movement, rolling. Mules are in movement, packing. Everything in this line talks about moving away. Like everything is movement here. Even the star he was born is movement. So he's like, yeah, my life is movement. And my star explains it.
You got anything for that one, Ironroot?
Yeah, like Nodrik inspired me actually when she said the moving, because I was thinking, right, like, oh, you're looking back, right, like relating to the past, right, but I got a deeper sense there where the looking back is the thing that allows him to appreciate what was. So he needs to move. Like there's a drive in there that in order to have appreciation, he needs to be away from it. And so there's a calling there where he's like, he needs to be constantly moving because he can't see where he's in, right? Like he can't appreciate where he's in. So like that's making it extra sad actually, right? Like so he can never settle. He can never be at peace. Like the only way that he can be at peace is when he's telling the story about it to himself, when reflecting upon it.
Okay, I have two takes on this, but since it's repeated, I'll save one for the other one and go this time with like, he's a dopamine junkie. And before the internet, the only way to get dopamine was to travel. And so like he gets bored of like once he goes to a new place, he figures it all out. And then he's like, okay, now what? And then he leaves and he's like, all right, look at how beautiful that thing was. I can take all the lessons I've learned into my new self as I go to this new place and discover even newer things.
And appreciate them when they're gone. Oh my God.
Well, and that allows me to project. Oh yes, I got to project because I feel like I was that way where
Mhm.
I was going from the new thing to the new thing to the new thing. And it's really sad because effectively what you're doing is you're fleeing, you're fleeing forward, and yes, it's dopamine, right? Like it's I think for me it was trying to fill a hunger inside of me, and never being able to satisfy, and then the change would be the thing that would keep me busy, because the exploration aspect of it. And then when it becomes known, right, like when the excitement goes away, then yeah, like what are you still there for, right? You need to move on.
I really like that line. Admire it looking back. Jesus.
Well, that was fun. What's next?
I think you got the
It's just another I was born under a wandering star. They say that a lot in this. I don't know. I don't have another one for that one. The astrology part at the front was all I had. Mud can make you prisoner and the plains can make you dry. Do we stop there? The whole thing? I don't.
Sure, let's stop there. Like you decide. You can lead.
Oh well.
Yeah.
It's like you can get stuck in the mud or a rut of your routine, like your wagon wheels that were made for rolling, get stuck in the mud, and the plains, the heat of the day and the work of the place can make you dry. And he's just referencing those difficulties that exist in his reality.
Yeah, it's highlighting the road again, being on the move.
Mud makes you prisoner and you cannot move, and movement is the sense of his life, right? Like he keeps affirming that his life, his destiny is to move around, move away, and if he gets into mud, that he becomes a prisoner of it, and the plains can bake you dry. Yeah, troubles of traveling.
I like the baking dry because it gives me a sense of boredom as well, right? Like so it's a dehydration, but it's also like, oh, it's more of the same. It's a dry experience.
Snow can burn your eyes, but only people make you cry.
Oh, that's so sad.
So we probably should have tucked that one in with the other one, but
I think I will like secretly for myself compile.
yes.
Like I will cut and like only all the lines, and you will sing them.
It's got the so like that and the ones we just did are the physical difficulties, like your body can go through all sorts of things, but it's only your connection with people who get close enough, deep and vulnerable to actually like hurt you to the point you cry.
Yeah, so this is actually highlighting something that I've been dancing around, where the materiality and then the personhood, and how they're different, and persons have this capacity to more deeply affect us. The connections that we can make are way more intimate. So in some sense, like when I imagine a wanderer, it's like this stoic person, just like going forward and taking it. And I feel like he's saying, well, like I can be stoic, right? But like when I'm affected by people, right? Like when I get in that intimate connection, that's where I can't keep it together. Like that's where I'm truly affected.
Yeah, shout out stoicism. I will totally tag it.
Do you have it? Well, we'll hit it again.
And no, it's okay. I keep it in. It's fun. I love it. Look, oh, stoicism. Yeah, we will bring it into every song analysis.
Do you have anything about people making you cry? Nodrik?
Yes, I
It
do.
was okay.
I can demonstrate. So.
That's the first thread I've ever heard on Line by Line.
I made cry Shane and Ironroot last line by line by reading some.
Oh, from laughter, you mean?
Okay, so yeah, crying from laughter. That's what he means in that song. It's like only people can make you laugh so much. Okay, so snow can burn your eyes, but only people make you cry. So Lisa Feldman said once, we are so social, like we are really, really social, that other people can make us feel really, really good, but also really, really bad. And like nothing else. For example, if nature hurts you, if a person does less than the nature, you will get really hurt because it's a person who did it, not nature. Nature is like, no hard feelings, nature. I get it. It was the wind. It was a brick. I get it. Yeah, like carried by the wind, I guess. Something. Yeah. I should not fantasize about brick carrying by the wind. Yeah, and other people can make us cry because we are very social and we want other people to make us happy, right? Is there logic somewhere? Where's this book?
No, there's definitely logic, and the distinction that you're pointing at, like I just realized, is when a person does something, we have the sense that it could have been different, right? Like, and there's an intentionality in their actions, right? Like, okay, like, like so there's like the rubbing it in. It's like, oh, like, yeah, but you kind of wanted to do it, or you weren't trying hard enough to prevent it from happening, and it's like that's this extra dimension that you don't have when nature is affecting you.
Home is made for coming from, for dreams of going to, which with any luck will never come true. I was born under a wandering star. I figured I'd throw that line, tack it on, get through this thing faster.
Perfect.
Yeah, full approval from me. Yeah.
So home, Ironroot.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. What about it?
It's made for coming from, for dreams of going to, which with any luck will never come true.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I got something here, right? Like, so it's home is the base from which you explore the world, right? Like it's the center of your world. It's a place of safety. And then also home is in some sense the potential base in the future, where when you're in the future, you want to have the home that's better, like that's more able to hold you, also emotionally, right? Like it's the ground that supports you, and the dream that you have, right? Like is to the safety and the comfort that that home will provide for you. And that second line, which with any luck will never come true. Well, so he's obviously referencing the dreams of the home in the future. And I get the sense that he's referencing that you don't know what you need. Like your dreams are probably wrong, like for what's good for you. And yeah, you should be open to this potential, right? Like the thing that you will find on your journey, and welcome that to create your home.
Well said, sir.
So he was born under wandering star. This means he knows his destiny is to be on the movement, and he says home was made for coming from. So he should have come from home, but because he's wandering star, he was born under a wandering star. He hopes he will never get dreams of coming to home, because home is very stationary for him. So home is basic, because a lot of people say home is kind of with us, so we walk with home, like we carry it with us whenever we go, right? Like my home is my car, basically, if somebody lives in a car. But which with any luck will never come true. This means he doesn't want us, he hopes not to get dreams of a stationary home, because then he will be like avoiding his destiny. Grim?
For me, this particular time I'm going through these lines, it's very hero's journey. Like, because the hero leaves his home, faces the thing, and dreams about like returning with the treasure and of the transformation. But once you return with the treasure of the transformation, it's also kind of like never meet your heroes, because while getting back home, making it back is this huge motivating force. Once you do, you realize like the people there are gonna make you cry. So like if you're lucky, you'll never make it home, and always have the motivation of home to spur you forward onto the next line of the song. Do I know where hell is? Hell is in hello. Heaven is goodbye forever. It's time for me to go. I was born under a wandering star. A wandering star.
Yeah. How about that line?
Hello?
It's me you're looking for? Oh.
Yes, it's you. We were asking.
Okay, yeah. Do you know where hell is? So I guess he's going back to the dreams that don't come true, and the crying with the hell. And the hell is in hello. So the hello is the inviting of new potential. It's the inviting of a new relationship, but it's a relationship with a person. Right? You don't say hello to a place or whatever. So that is inviting the possibility for crying in the future. It's inviting the struggle of getting to know each other, the having to let go of the woman you marry because some douchebag did something.
Clint Eastwood? He's not a douchebag. I mean, I haven't seen the movie. I think the actor isn't. Shout out Clint Eastwood.
How you doing, buddy?
So, and then heaven is goodbye forever. Well, so that's got a twofold meaning. It's when you die and go to heaven, that's definitely goodbye forever. But I think in this song, he's referencing back to the looking back, right? Like I never seen a sight that didn't look better looking back. So the goodbye is the thing that glorifies what was, and well, and he affirms that with "It's time for me to go," right? So that's him accentuating the impulse that he has, right? Like, oh, I gotta go, and with the going, I can create the heaven, right? So if you take it all together, right, it's like, okay, like I go to a place, and then being in the place is where I'll get all the struggles, and when I get out of the place, then things are getting better. So that's him describing the wandering nature of himself.
I have an idea here. So he doesn't feel in control when he says hello. So people unpredictable to him. Like he doesn't trust people, obviously. And when he says hello, then all hell breaks loose. People become those uncontrollable things for him. And the only time he takes control over the situation when he leaves, because there he controls at least himself, right? Like he controls his movement, and that's what I read into that line. Projecting all over, of course. Grim?
Well, with my predictions, it's relationships are binding. And like, so once you say hello and you start a thing, then you're this, people project all these things onto who they think you are and stuff. And for things to go smoothly, you have to consistently be that same thing for those people. And then when you say goodbye forever, it's time for me to go, you get to shed all of those obligations and be your true solitary self. But once again,
it's heaven then starts.
And and you're free. It's the freedom of heaven.
So I want to respond to this binding stuff because I
got triggered.
No, I think it's really profound, right? Because what you do, right? Like you when you relate to people, they change you, right? So you bind them in your soul a little bit, right? Like they affect you. Like you come out a different person, while a rock or a tree can have that effect on you, but like it won't change you that much. And so I like this binding nature has a twofold action, right? Like you can have the binding and the commitment that you make to them, but he doesn't really look like a guy that makes a lot of commitments to people. But you can also have the binding in the self-discovery as a consequence of your participation with other people, right? Like they show you parts of yourself, you learn, you got to deal with your shadow, with your projections. So yeah.
I think I'll jump to that part. When I get to heaven, tie me to a tree, or I'll begin to roam, and soon you know where I'll be. I was born under a wandering star, a wandering star.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I have to go again before you call me out.
I'll go.
Oh.
Fine. No, I'll go. We're not.
No, no, no,
We're
no.
not bound to that.
Oh. And I was teased, and I was bounded in a different way. This is amazing.
Wandering is so much a part of his nature that even if he actually got to the mythological heaven with the gold streets and the mansion, the desire to roam would still pull him away. And then you know where he would end up. And I think he means hell. But are you okay, Kara?
Yes, I'm so sorry. Just think I'm using myself. I'm using myself.
Oh my
Such a
God.
sad song.
Only people make you cry.
I'll help you out, Nodrik. So when I get to heaven, tie me to a tree. So this is a reference to Odysseus, obviously, where he's he's tying himself to the mast, getting all these temptations thrown at him, and like he wants to suffer through it. He wants to have the experience, and Odysseus had the recognition, right? Like I cannot have the resistance in myself. I don't have the capacity to hold myself back. So I need to be bound to the mast, and he's talking about the same thing, because else he'll begin to roam, right? So the roaming is him responding to the attractive nature of what's out there, the potential, the newness. And then yeah, where is he gonna end up, right? Like, he's in heaven, he's not gonna stay in heaven, so there's only one place that he can go, and that's down. So yeah, Nodrik, why don't you lift this end a little bit up?
Well, in hell there is a lot of people he will say hello to. Like,
Where all his
like,
friends are.
yeah, it's like, okay, if I get to heaven, then anyway I will get back to hell, but there are all those people I will have to say hello to. And then he has to always exercise his inner heaven by leaving them behind. So he was just like, okay, hell is this place where he keeps meeting new people and then leaving them behind. It's like, actually, there is some happy ending to it. So even if he ends up in hell, he will still experience heaven, because by saying goodbye to all those people.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah, go on. I completely forgot what I was trying to say.
I'm sorry. So I was gonna say that his idea of heaven is being bound to a tree. That's literally his idea of heaven.
What?
No. What? Where are you pulling that from?
Well, he said when I get to heaven, he needs to be tied to a tree, else he can't stay in heaven, right?
That's
so
projection, dude. Like, this is full-on projection.
Well, I think at this point in the song, since Big Brain over there wants to pull out Odysseus, we can do a shout out back to the earlier lyric. It says, do I know where hell is? Hell is in hello. Heaven is goodbye forever. It's time for me to go. But join us for the next line by line, completely brought to you by Free Time.
Yes.
And stay in the know. Oh.
What? Grim. Okay.
Well, that's a grim ending for sure.
Yes, guys, subscribe to Grim's channel and support Grim on Patreon. And thanks God he had some free time for us to entertain all of us. And
yeah, like he had a little bit too few free time because he had to leave early. But give the guy some love, guys. Like, give him some love.
Yeah, high five. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Wheels were made for rolling, mules were made to pack. I've never seen a sight that didn't look better looking back.